Okay, so here's my thoughts regarding aspects in containerization orchestration. So particularly centered around Kubernetes and particularly Kubernetes. Now, for an environment, especially if you're working on something sort of SaaS-based, honestly speaking, it does make some sense to actually include Kubernetes in your workflow for a number of reasons. A lot of technologies are becoming drastically abstracted in our day and age. So in order for us to be able to effectively deploy and run infrastructure at a particular pace, Kubernetes enables that rather than maybe having configuration management aspects, because the technologies themselves, once put in a container and then deployed, can still be secure, and they can still make use of things such as SE Linux, or the operating system level mechanics in most instances, depending on the platform you're working on, because obviously some operating systems don't support that. But I definitely think that in most instances, even if you do have some physical servers that you're managing or having some things deployed on an operating system as virtual machines, there still is a requirement for Kubernetes for some of these other open source technologies that you might be utilizing in order to add particular features to the application. For example, one of them is like monitoring and all these other whatever things that are there. Some of these service level, internal service level applications, or applications that add for example, Kafka, right? They might benefit drastically from a Kubernetes deployment. Now, the complexity of Kubernetes itself is yet to be effectively determined and evaluated, but it's simple enough in most instances. And I've always struggled with it in terms of in terms of implementation and adaptation of it. Like, at what point should I use it? I definitely think it's worthwhile for some of those other, auxiliary applications that support your main application.